what's crazy is that New York City just put out a public service announcement talking about a nuclear event. And I've been having some of my own revelations and such. And it's, just kind of crazy to see everything unfolding. You know, but I'm out of out of suspension on their tube, but Ukraine, keep in mind that Joe and Hunter Biden have assets located next to Eastern Europe's, second longest tunnel system, Odessa, Ukraine, Belarus, Lithuania, Latva, Estonia, Finland, Sweden. Now, do you know why Biden Joe has land there? 32,000 miles of domes, deep underground military bases. Now you understand why the Russian bear wants to conquer Europe. And can definitely confirm there's that fact based on eyewitness accounts. Like, no, not me personally. Trusted source told me about a lot of the deep underground military bases in Europe. People don't realize like what's beneath their homes. So. It's us. It's all a crazy conspiracy. Just saying. Friggin'. That's friggin' amazing.
Emergency management warns New Yorkers about what to do in case of a nightmare scenario.
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why, just know that the big one has hit, okay? So what do?
The department says it released the video despite the very low likelihood of a nuclear attack taking place, and it reports no specific threat has been made to the city. The new PSA comes after a survey found New Yorkers felt the least prepared for a no-notice event like a nuclear attack. It advises 3 steps in the event of an attack. Step 1, get inside. Step 2, head to a basement or a middle of a building and remove all outer clothing. And step 3, monitor updates from the government and the media.
A dirty bomb, it's using a classical explosive to spread radioactive material on various radius depending on the amount of explosive used. It is a threat because the radioactive material, once it is inhaled or ingested, can be very dangerous for the health of the human beings. To prevent a person exploding a dirty bomb or making a dirty bomb, we have to first to detect the material before it reaches the person. But once we have detecting it, we have to trace back the material where it is coming from. So we have sophisticated instruments which help us trace back the origin of the material, and we use them to support competent national authorities.
So, off my fucking shit. Fucking, this is earlier today. I've got a different screenshot and such, but yeah, if you want to find me on Instagram there where I am. But, anyways, yeah, nothing to stop what's coming. And, so let me just go with this. I have had some weird thoughts on a couple of mushroom trips in May and in June, which added up to nuclear war in New York City was a target. What's crazier is I just went up there for a convention and it felt like it was the last time I would ever see it. Birthday is August 21st, and it felt like I was getting it for my birthday. Erase the problem, create a solution. I know it sounds confusing because it's difficult to convey one's intuition to others. The other thing is that a false flag attack, such as a suitcase nuke, and it will be blamed on the Russians. At this point, the Iraq will love to do anything to stay in power.
The portable nuclear weapon or suitcase nuke has been a long staple of popular fiction, appearing in dozens of movies, TV shows, and video games, including The Peacemaker 24 and Battlefield 3. Our fascination with such devices isn't hard to understand, for they are the ultimate expression of our fears of nuclear terrorism. Untraceable, easily concealed, and devastating. But is it actually possible to make a nuclear weapon small enough to fit in a suitcase? And if so, has anyone actually built one? Well, the answer is yes. And yes, but that someone was not some small terrorist, but rather the American government. Introduced in 1961, the special...
So, a large terrorist organization. And if this information is out there, then that means that there's the technology is improved, and we probably have friggin' soda can nuclear weapons, nuclear grenades, just like Starship Troopers. Just saying.
The Davy Crockett, the world's smallest nuclear warhead.
The significance of this operation was recognized throughout our military establishment. Key representatives from all the services and other interested agencies were invited to observe this historic event, a critical first for the Army. The President was represented by close personal advisors. Prior to the exercise, the observers were oriented on the salient characteristics of the Davy Crockett system and on the overall scheme of maneuver they would witness. The countdown for the firing of the nuclear round was under control of the Defense Atomic Support Agency. Safety measures for the exercise were supervised by the Chief Safety Officer. At H-5 minutes, all troops were ordered to take cover in previously prepared trenches. At H-3 minutes, all observers put on high-density goggles or turned their backs to the direction of the burst to avoid retinal burns. At H-2 minutes, green star clusters were fired as the final warning before the detonation. round was launched at H-17 seconds to accomplish H-hour impact on the desired ground zero at a range of 2,852 meters. The round was set for a low height of burst. It detonated perfectly, releasing its lethal radiation. Like any other nuclear weapon, the Davy Crockett gives off three basic effects: heat, blast, and nuclear radiation. By far, the most significant effect is its deadly initial nuclear radiation.
The little fella lived up to its name. Its blast barely lit up the sky.
So, 40s, 50s, I mean, roughly. And we had something like that. Briefcase nuke bomb is not out of the question. Take care, be safe, be kind, stay strong. Love y'all.